Because it's time now for us to go fair or foul, presented by Gusto. Hire, pay, and grow your business with Gusto. And Elise, I need to know from you.
Okay.
When it comes to this postseason race and the quest for a commissioner's trophy, fair or foul. The Cubs, they are a World Series threat, even if they are a wild card. Fair or foul?
I'm going fair.
Okay.
The whole point or part of why you just brought up everything you did is because there is something to playing at home in the postseason.
Okay.
Now, when you're talking about the wild card, it'd be very similar to the situation they were in last year if things went like how they were right now if they don't win the division. So they play very well at home, the Cubs. I mean, there is no doubt that these fans play a part in the postseason, and we saw that energy last year. That being said, what you just showed with how they have performed on the road, I mean, is part of the success they have had this season, but you have to try to take care of business on the road, and that's what you would have to do in this situation. They did not do that last year against the Brewers, and so that's kind of why all of this comes up. So to go back to your original question, why do I still think they could be a threat in the World Series? Well, one, I think if you get in, you got a chance.
And all you need is a ticket to the game.
Yeah, and since it became the 12-team postseason format in 2022, you've had 3 wild card teams reach the World Series. One of them has won. So I think the Cubs, they're built to win. They added pitching. For me, it goes to the defense because I think you're almost still right now trying to figure out the rotation, who can play what role. Guys are getting healthy, and that's partly playing into that. Guys are getting hurt, like Edward Cabrera goes back on the IL. But with the foundation that they have defensively,
the defensive run save numbers are out of control for
figuring out their staff, because with the staff, the one thing is the home runs. That's going to be even the theme in this series against the Mariners. The Mariners score via the home run. They're number 1 in baseball in that category, runs scored via the home run. The Cubs, they are number 1 in home runs given up via the home run. That's not a good combination. That's not something that you want in the postseason. So all of that being said, they have acquired pitchers to limit that damage, to keep the ball on the ground, to use this defense. But I still think they are a threat, and they have the pieces where they could go all the way.
At least the Cubs' propensity to give up the long ball, is that even more of a reason why they need to gain as much ground as they can on Milwaukee? Because postseason takes place in October, can stretch all the way into November if you're doing exactly what you need to do. And at last look, I'm no Tom Skilling, but the weather in October, November here on the north side, it's not necessarily of the great variety. So when it comes to pitching, it's going to be hard to get the ball out of Wrigley Field. So if you get home field advantage throughout the playoffs and you win the division, that would definitely behoove Craig Counsell and the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind, fans, the part they play,
Sure.
okay, but they don't really win the game for you. So then to go to the part that you're highlighting, which is the weather, this team is also built to win in different ways. And so
embrace Wrigley.
Yeah, and that's where this offense, the 1 through 9, everyone can be a threat. You get the power from the top, PCA, Seiya Suzuki, but you work your way down. Any of those guys, A, they have the potential to hit it out, but B, they can work at bats, get on base, put the pressure on the defense, and then you go to why they've had success offensively this season, grind down pitchers, basically. So, yeah, I mean, you want to play at home in the postseason. There's no question about that. No one's going to tell you, like, yeah, I'd like to go play in an away ballpark. And yeah, and so, and you know, you do go back to last year where they couldn't win on the road. And then what ends up happening is you can't win the series. So, look, you're going to have to play in whatever situation you're in. But I think that with this team having gone through what they did last year, knowing what's on the line, because you don't want to repeat last year. The whole point is you want to go farther than you did the year before. This team, they're built to win right now, and so that's the goal.
And you're taking a look at some of the best teams in the National League. The Dodgers, they have the best road record in the NL, and then you're looking at the run differential. The Cubs sitting at plus 100 right now, but then you look down and it's Milwaukee. They're towards the bottom in slug and home runs.
Which they usually are.
Plus
Last year was
160. They're outscoring teams like that. I mean, that's bludgeoning, Elise.
And that's also a team that is built just to grind down pitchers, put the pressure on. I mean, they're scrappy. They play hard. They're scrappy. They've got talented players. They've got good pitching. There's no question about that. And that's usually, we talk about. I think this year the Cubs' foundation is their defense. While on the flip side of that, the Brewers' foundation is their pitching. And so, that you want that to be the conversation with the Cubs. I think they can get there. They're just, no one has a guy who throws 104. I mean, that's just, the Brewers have that luxury. So
he's gettable though.
he's gettable, but it's not going to be easy. Guys really aren't getting.
You got to tell yourself that. You have to have that confidence.
To get out of the game when you're facing him.
I can dunk on a 12-foot rim. Huh? What? Not necessarily.
So, yeah, I mean, this is why you want to win your division, because you controlled what you can control, and then you don't have to worry about these things. You can get that bye, stay at home, and then, wait to see who you play. But the Cubs did this last year, and they did a great job in the wild card series, and they did what they could, made it as far as they could to try to advance the postseason. Yeah, I should say further in the postseason.
Yeah, the Cubs are the only team right now in the wild card mix that have triple digits in that run differential, plus 100, clearly in the catbird seat.